Building a website can be an essential step in actually getting started with building an online presence or a personal brand anywhere on the internet. And with an ever-growing presence of people who have websites that are personally dedicated to who they are as an individual, it's becoming more and more competitive. However, that doesn't mean there isn't a place where you can stand out having a beautiful looking website that addresses your customers or potential audience's needs. In today's video, we'll be showing you the step-by-step tutorial on how to actually build your very own website. Plus, we'll also be showing you how to do this for the specific region of France. We'll be covering everything you need to know, from the local customs, the language that the website will need to be in, and even privacy and data restriction laws that you need to make sure that you're following. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear and concise idea of how to build your very own website in France. Other than that though, let's talk first about what are some important things you need to know about the region of France and how you should build your website there. So first things first, the thing you're going to want to keep the most in mind is the data and privacy restrictions. France is a part of the European Union, which means that they follow the guidelines of the GDPR. This is referred to as the General Data Protection Regulation. What this does is that it essentially helps people from having their data resold on the internet by large corporations or companies. This protection keeps that data secure, and it means that you as a website owner need to follow it. If you do want to actually share their data, and especially if you're collecting things like email addresses, IP addresses, or any kind of personal data for that matter, you'll need to make sure to collect explicit consent. If you don't have explicit consent, then these people cannot give you their information legally. France also has very strict guidelines on the cookie tracking capabilities that your website might have. This means that if you have anybody who's visiting your website, they need to once again give explicit consent for you to use tracking cookies. If they don't give this consent, then you cannot track their cookies. One of the other things that is majorly different in France too is what is called the Impressum. This Impressum is essentially a legal notice that will be present on your website. The details that the Impressum will give is basically your full name, your real address, your contact details, and your registration information. This is to prevent things like fraud from happening, and it's definitely something that you need to keep in mind when you're building your website there. Moving on from data regulation and privacy laws, we can move into a little bit more about the local customs. When it comes to local customs, of course, the language spoken by most French people is French. Because of this, you're going to want to make sure that your website's primary language that it's written in is French. It's also probably important to include things like time zone specifics, and obviously keep in mind local customs and traditions. One of the important things to also consider is data localization. If you have data that's being stored in any of the servers throughout the European Union, you'll want to make sure that that data is stored somewhere localized. If that data is not stored locally, it could mean that load times will increase and just the overall accessibility of your website will go down in quality. And then of course, last but not least, for search engine optimization or SEO, make sure you're using popular French keywords that are relevant to your niche or website. Other than that though, those are the main differences you'll want to keep in mind. But now let's actually dive right into the step-by-step tutorial. So one of the first things you want to do in order to get the best deal possible when getting started with an amazing website builder like Hostinger, for example, is by heading down to the description of this video and clicking the link. Once you click that link, you'll be taken to this page right here, which is Hostinger's start page. As you can see, when you use our link, you're going to be saving up to 75% off web hosting. You're also going to get access to their website builder, which is going to be the crucial part of this tutorial. Not only that, but you'll also get access to a free domain plus free website migration and 24/7 customer support. You'll get access to all this for only $2.99 a month plus 2 free months on top of that. To actually claim this deal in the first place and get started, we're going to hit the Start Now button. Once we hit the Start Now button, we'll be taken down to this part where we can choose between which plan we want to get started with. We have a premium plan, a business plan, and their cloud startup plan. Each of these plans have their own benefits and features that you'll want to pay attention to. For their premium plan, you're going to get access to pretty much everything you could possibly need to start building a website. The only thing you won't get access to with their premium plan is a few specific features. Features like their free CDN feature, WordPress AI tools, WordPress staging tools, dedicated IP address, and priority support. When we head over to their business plan, as you can see, it's about $3.99 a month. You'll also be saving about 71% when you use this plan. Now, for the sake of this video, we're going to go with their business plan because that's going to give us access to everything we could possibly need when it comes to building a website. All I have to do to choose this plan is hit the Choose Plan button. Once I hit the Choose Plan button, it will then take me to the checkout page. On the checkout page, there's a few essentials that you need to take care of here before you can actually get started with building your website. The first of these is picking the payment period. This is basically just how often you're going to be paying Hostinger. Now, to save the most amount of money here, we're going to go with the 48-month plan. Once we select that plan, we then scroll down and then create a quick account. We can either do this with a Google account, a Facebook account, or enter in our own email address and password. Once we've entered in all of that info, we then can select our payment option. Once we select our payment option, we then enter in our first name, our last name, the phone number, the country of residence, which in this case will be France, our region, the city, the street address, and the zip code. And then to get even more of a discount, we're going to go down here to where it says have a coupon code and enter in the coupon code my first website, all capitals, no spaces, and then hit the apply button. Once you apply this, you'll save about 3% more on top of the already amazing savings that you're getting with this specific plan. Once we enter in our credit card details, we then can submit our payment and immediately get started with building our website. Now, once you're inside Hostinger, this is what it's going to look like. The first thing we want to do is head over to our websites tab and start building our website. We'll go to the top right here where it says add website, click that, and then choose between either the WordPress builder or the Hostinger website builder. Now, for the sake of this video, we're going to go with the Hostinger website builder. Once we click the Hostinger website builder, it will ask us to choose what our hosting plan is. Once we select our hosting plan, we'll then hit the select plan button. Once we've done all of this, it'll take a short time for everything to load up. And the first thing we can do is actually build our website completely from scratch using artificial intelligence. We're going to go ahead and hit the start creating button. All we have to do now is pick what type of website we're trying to build, which in this case will be an online store. And then we can enter in our brand name. For the brand name, it can be anything. I'm just going to call this our French website. Once we've done that, we'll then enter in our description. We'll say that this is a clothing brand that sells gym clothes. As you can see, we can also add a few more personalization settings down here, but this should be good enough. Once we've typed in all of our info, we can then hit create website. It'll now take a few seconds for our artificial intelligence service to actually build our website in the first place, but once it's done, we can start editing. And just like that, boom, we are inside of our fitness apparel website. As you can see, it's super easy to start editing this. We'll go up to the top right here and click the edit button. Once we click that button, we'll then have full access to edit anything we want on this website. The first thing we have to do though, if we're running an online store, is pick what country we're going to be based out of. For this case, it's going to be France. Also for the currency, we're going to be using the euro. All we have to do now is hit the continue button. As you can see, it'll take you to this page where it gives you a store setup checklist where you can do things like add your first product, set up payment methods, and update your company information. These are all super straightforward, and Hostinger does a really great job of guiding you through it. We're just going to show you really quick how to edit some of the elements on your website. As you can see, we're officially inside of Hostinger's website editor. Now, let's say I want to change the French website title up here to say something different. All I have to do is simply click on the French website title, head over to the right here where it says header settings, and then I can change anything and everything I'd want. I can replace it with an image. I can even use artificial intelligence to create a unique logo, and then I can even make the logo wider or smaller. I also can have access to things like the layout, the elements, the shopping bag, and a host of other features. Let's say I don't like where this fitness apparel is and I want to move this around on the website. All I have to do is click on it and simply drag and drop to any part of the website that I want to change it to. And it's pretty much as easy as that. You can do this with the entire website. You can add things like sections, edit some of the buttons and their functions, and do pretty much anything you can think of. If you guys want to get started with Hostinger, and the best way to get the best possible deal is by using that link down in the description. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below what kind of website you're planning on building. Also, make sure to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you never miss one of our new videos. Other than that though, that's all I have for you guys today. I'll see you guys in a future video.